Good day everyone. I am Claire B. Ramirez and for today's video, I'm going to discuss about a topic which is under in chapter 3. So I choose a topic which is other cultures in a school. So there are many elements that influence a school's cultures such as their policies and the school's history. In every school, there are several cultures existing. Pupil cultures, teacher cultures, leadership cultures, non-teaching staff cultures, and even parents' cultures do exist. And all the stakeholders in a school, including students, parents, teachers, staff members, and school administrators, experience school cultures. But among the different cultures existing in the school, teacher cultures have received most attention in relation to schools' improvement. Schools are unique places where different cultures exist. So while students have their own cultures within the class or school community, there are also several forms of cultures among teachers. So in 1994, Hargreaves highlights 4 forms of teacher cultures: individualism, collaboration, contrived collegiality, and balkanization. And each of these types is quite different from each other and have different impact on teachers' practices. According to him, among these 4 forms of teacher cultures, collaborative culture is a goal that all educators attempt to establish, as it brings positive changes to teachers and school community. And on the other hand, the rest 3 are less favorable for change because they are the cultures that are considered to have negative effect on teachers, which are individualism, contrived collegiality, and the most extreme one is balkanization. But let us discuss the individualism first. So it refers to classrooms as aggregates or castles. Autonomy, isolation, and insulation prevail, and blame and support are avoided. So as the title says, is about isolation among staff. So this culture does not facilitate school development as collaboration does. Next is collaboration. It refers to the teacher who choose spontaneously and voluntarily to work together without external control agenda. So these include comfortable activities, sharing ideas and materials, and rigorous forms, including mutual observation and focused reflective inquiry. So collaboration serves as a bridge between school improvement and teacher development. So teachers are engaged in an open exchange of experience through teamwork, coaching, and other activities. So in this type of culture, it is much easier to make changes to improve the school cultures. So next is contrived collegiality. So it refers to the teachers' collaborative working relationships which are compulsorily imposed with fixed times and places set for collaboration and, for example, planning meetings during preparation times. So it is a form of teacher culture in which the schools or external authorities impose their ideas to school. So as an example of contrived collegiality can be set of activities such as seminars, coaching, group works in which teachers are engaged. So the difference between contrived collegiality and collaborative culture is that the former is administratively regulated and mandatory. And the last one is balkanization. So it refers to the teachers who are neither isolated nor work as a whole school. So smaller collaborative groups form, for example, within secondary school departments, between senior and junior teachers, and class teachers and resource support teachers. So it is to say, when teachers create isolated subgroups within a bigger community. So, for example, primary teachers groups or subject-based groups. So it is not to mean that individual work of separate groups leads to balkanization, because balkanization causes negative consequences for students and teachers' development. So teachers within balkanized cultures are strongly isolated and do not usually participate in other groups. So here, teachers' professional development occurs within the limits of the cultural group. So in 1993, Starrett becomes familiar with the culture of a particular school takes time. So here are some tangible things that may give an initial indication includes the following. First is a school statement of a purpose. It is a critical piece of a graduate school application that tells admission committees who you are, what your academic and professional interests are, and how you'll add value to the graduate program you're applying to. Next is school management plan. So it is a process of leading the school towards development through not only the optimum use of the human resources, physical sources, principles, and concepts that help in achieving all the objectives of the school, but also the proper coordination and adjustment among all of them. Next is school policies such as the students' welfare policy. So it is important for schools to establish policies and practices which provide for the pastoral care and welfare of all students. So next is school's prospectus. So it is the document that will ensure substantial income for your school over the lifetime that a child and potentially siblings are with you. So to that end, it needs to have a gravitas. Luke Education has produced numerous school prospectuses for private and public schools for regional and urban schools. So next is a school motto. So it is a short sentence or phrase that expresses the aims and beliefs of a person, a group, an institution, a school, or etc. And it is used as a rule of behavior. So for example, the school's motto is duty, honor, country. And next is information booklet for casual teachers, information booklet for newly appointed staff, school's newsletter, and interactions between teachers and students. And lastly, in 1984, Foster and Bates proposed that influencing school cultures could result in positive or negative orientation depending on the agenda of the leader. That would be all, and I hope you've learned something from my discussion. Thank you for watching. Bye-bye!